So last week after Upstart reported their Q2 earnings, I said if the stock could not stay above $67, then look for a 5% pullback to $63.14. Take a listen. The next stock is Upstart, ticker symbol UPST. So today the stock was down more than 18% and is now sitting on support at $67. If Upstart loses this level, then look for a 5% pullback to $63.14. Guys, I am absolutely on a roll when it comes to these price predictions. Now, 2 weeks ago, I also made accurate price predictions on Qualcomm, ticker symbol QCOM. And I specifically said if the stock could not get above 163, then look for a pullback to 154. And if that level breaks, then look for a further pullback to 148. Take a listen. Let's now take a look at ticker symbol QCOM, Qualcomm. So as you guys can see, the stock is currently running into resistance at 163. If Qualcomm cannot get above 163, then I want you guys to look for a pullback to 154. And if that level breaks, then we're looking at a pullback to 148. So looking at the current chart, you guys can see that Qualcomm did officially hit both of my price targets. Now this morning we had the consumer price index, which showed that inflation held steady in the month of July. Let's now go ahead and take a listen to the report.
Data is in, and here we go. Consumer price index for the month of July. Headline number as expected, up 0.2 exactly. Strip out food and energy, up 0.3 exactly as expected. Year over year numbers, 2.7, that's the headline. That's 1/10 cooler than we were expecting, but it equals the rear view mirror. 2.7, well, how does it compare? 2.8 was February, 3% was January. So we have been sliding. The low for the year in this metric, 2.3, that was in April. And here's what I was looking at, 3.1% on the year over year core. Definitely hotter than expected. It's hotter than the rear view mirror at 2.9. 3.1 would equal February. The high reading of the year was 3.3 in January, and that was the highest since May of last year. So if I look at the data on the month-over-month basis, exactly as expected. If I look at the year-over-year, obviously we got a little bit warm on the core. Now, we look at it sequentially, the headline number is 1/10 hotter than the 3/10s, and the 3/10s core is 1/10 hotter than last month, 2/10s. The only one that isn't hotter is the year over year, 2.7 equaling last month, but we do see that expectations were for a much warmer number. And since it didn't materialize, the market's looking at this and kind of looking past 3.1%. Yields are moving down a bit. So we've moved down a couple of basis points in a 10-year, hovering now at 424. And if you remember, early last week, for about 4 sessions after the jobs report, we were really consolidating in the low 420s. We've kind of jumped over a little bit, and we're now in the mid to upper 420s, but still, the market's very well behaved. And if you recall, the last several CPI, PPI pairings, once we get over the hump of the data, almost forgetting what it is, just the nervousness about what it may be always seems to give the market some pause on the other side. So, of course, tomorrow we'll have the PPI.
Now, going into the rest of the video, I have some important levels for you guys to watch on HIMS, ticker symbol HIMS, and ticker symbol SOFI, SOFI Technologies. Let's begin with HIMS, ticker symbol HIMS. So current support for HIMS is going to be at 47.82. If the stock cannot stay above this level, then look for a 3% pullback to $46. And if buyers cannot keep the price above $46, then look for a pullback to $44.20. And from current price, we're looking at a pullback of over 7%. Now to the upside, if buyers can keep the stock above current support, then I want you guys to look for a 8% run to $52. And if the stock can get above $52, then look for a run to $54 per share. From current price, we're looking at an increase of over 13%. Let's now take a look at SOFI Technologies, ticker symbol SOFI. So SOFI's main level of support is going to be at $22.50. If the stock cannot stay above that level, then look for a 10% pullback to $21. And if buyers cannot keep the stock above this level, then look for a further pullback to $20.29. From current price, we're looking at a decline of over 14%. Overall, to the downside, I'm looking for SOFI stock to pull back to $17 per share. And from current price, we're looking at a decline of over 26%. 57%. Now to the upside, if the stock can stay above current support, then look for a continuation run to 24.30. And if buyers can get above 24.30 and use this level as support, then I want you guys to look for a 8% run to 25.73. And if they can break above that level, look for a run to 27.33. From current price, we're looking at a return of over 15%. Alright guys, if you liked today's video, leave a like, leave a comment, and if you're currently watching and you're not yet subscribed, do consider subscribing. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.